was a good one. All right, welcome back to the pit. This is your main boy CroSoul over here with, of course, the biggest man in all Palestine, Lil Bear.
Oh, la, 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 la.
The fuck?
It's Palestine.
Oh yeah, of course, because that's the one thing that I know Palestine by is like, yeah.
I
anyway.
can't make a noise of a turban or a rocket.
Yeah, you can.
Not the kids.
Stay in this door. All right, so today we're here to talk about an upcoming video game that I've been excited for a long time. I've been following it on Kickstarters, and it's been like 7 years in making, and that is right, boys and girls. It's called Man vs. World.
That's right.
What a video game! Of course, the game is simple. You know, it's like turn-based. You have the turn-based mode for the classical guys who used to enjoy it, and then of course you're gonna be the live-action one where it's online and stuff like that. So it goes from this is your character, as you can see, just like normal dude, cool pants, fucking gray shirt, just a guy, and so your enemies sometimes will try to use like spells against you and stuff like that. Like see, like here she's casting help. But it just kind of like it has a 75% chance of failing, and since you have the attribute called zero empathy, you increase your chances of another 20% in not working. So it just increased your attack power by a +3, which spawned in your dad's belt from beyond the grave, and now you just have more attack. I would suggest for everybody who's trying to speedrun, try to provoke the first enemy into like using the spell, so you get this sweet starter weapon.
Now remember, being that it's 75% failure rate, if she tries to cast help 3 times, well, on the third one is when you get the belt out.
That's right.
The first time she's going to try to call her ex-boyfriend. The second time she's going to try and call her parents. And the third time she tries to call the cops, and that's when you have to cut the phone line. And then you get the belt as a loot drop. Yeah,
like whoever made this game was like super good. Like there were a lot of thought put into it. I heard the beta testers were like the beta testers liked it. The ones that played the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other ones not so much.
Not the live action beta players.
But and then you get your sweet belt. Like you have a small chance of actually spawning one of your old grandfather's army belts. And if you can get unlock that perk called belt buckle hit, you have a chance of one hit KO moves throughout the whole game, and that's that's a sweet belt to unlock.
Now, once you've passed this first stage and you go on outside towards your work, you see the fun part about this job is that you never really get to work, but you go outside and you start meeting all these opponents. I mean, for the first boss, we've got
you spawn in Pennsylvania,
right? So we got this first boss right here, and as you can see, she's equipped with her health saving cigarette.
This is the what we used to call enslaved cancer, and she is using that to try to grow one. But the problem is that she doesn't know that it's not castable. Just like help, enslaved cancer only kind of just debuffs you.
Yep.
So the thing with you're gonna fight around 7 of these. But the problem with them is they have 0 stamina. They get out of breath really quick. If you use your belt and you try to don't fold it, don't use the folding mechanic. Try to be open so you can whip at least 5 of them in a row with one hit. So and the attack fury swipes is so good, especially if you have the one with the buckle. Wow!
Oh my god, dude, it's 90-10 damage.
Yep. Yeah, 90-10. This is a lot of damage. 90. 10, yeah.
Super combos.
And then you're gonna be going down and you're gonna meet your first boss, and man, this fucking fight was hard.
This class is called the Hag, and the Hags, they have the special ability called Nag, where they burst through. Please be careful wearing headphones during this battle, because they will be screeching into your ear and
That's
talking
right.
about how you should really visit your mother again, how it's been too long since you talked to your grandma, how you really need to take out the trash. Just forget about all that. Go ahead and get out your belt. But at this point, if you successfully did the Fury Swipe against the previous boss, the Enslaved Cancer, then you get a rare item drop sometimes. Called Father's Ring.
That's
So
right.
you pick up your father's ring and put it on your hand, and now against this boss, so it makes this boss a lot easier, you get to slap her with your ring hand.
That's right. But just in case you're one of the most luckiest dudes in the world, there's another item that, the Enslaved Cancer mob spawns, and it's called Grandfather's Cigar. Bro, if you get that, this is an insta-kill against this boss, because you can cigar burn her, and that just, triggers, a lot of status ailments, and it's, But again, I would not use this method due to the fact, the RNG to get that, too small, man. You'd be better off with just, farming the ring and just, what he said. It just works way better. But if you do get it, man, just run to the boss. It's super effective.
Now, once you finish this boss for the story mode, you actually do start to get your first cutscene where it gives you a little bit of an understanding. The cutscene goes through how whenever you were a younger child, you saw your father go off to prison, and you see your mother in the background crying as the dad's being driven off, and your character turns to your mom and says, "Mom, what happened?" And your mom, with tears coming down her eyes, with a black eye, says something along the lines of, "Don't worry, go to your room." You know in that moment that your mom made your dad go to jail.
That's right. The yeah. So and as we can see, this game is this is definitely gonna be a 10 out of 10 rated due to the it's an emotional story. A lot of men can relate because how many of you really have a dad? Let's be fucking real. I remember my dad's last words when he was hauled off to jail is I thought it was America.
Yeah.
And that was the this was America.
I thought this was America.
Well, he thought wrong because we were in Germany. So I don't know why he said that. And it just caused a lot more problems because we didn't have no papers. But all in all, I can relate to the story due to, with everything.
Absolutely. Now, you realize at this point in the game, after you finish the cutscene, that, you have mobs of women just roaming around the planet just that need to be got, right? They need to be taught a lesson on how to stop nagging you. So what you can do to hide every once in a while, when your health starts going low or when your wallet's starting to run dry, you run out of this game's version of mana, money. When you start running out of that, so here, what you have to do is you have to go to the shop and you go to Target or you go to Walmart and you find yourself a couple different outfits. This outfit right here, this one is...
this is level 1.
Yeah, so it's not amazing. I mean, you can still go into women's
but
restrooms,
it does the job. It does the job for that area at least, but you're going to need something stronger.
Exactly, which is why if you have able to procure enough cash, enough money, then you're able to get this one right here, which not only makes you look like a female, but an absolutely dapper one at that.
That's right. Everybody's going to be oh, that's a woman, but a 4-in-1. So you're going to have a lot. The tolerance of everybody around you is going to be high. So you're going to be able to do a lot.
And you do have to be careful of that tolerance meter above your enemies' heads. You realize that over here on top, you're going to be seeing that whenever you're not wearing anything, the tolerance level is all the way down. You want to bring that sucker all the way back up, and that's what this costume here does.
Yeah, and try to wear a ski mask if you can. I know they're rare jobs, but they help a lot. Because, the tolerance with the ski mask, this is you can wear this costume to the end of the game, but you need the ski mask to complete it because I didn't make the game. I'm just telling you what you need. Because if you have the ski mask and you go to your local store, you get to physically and verbally abuse the child that works there. Yep. And everybody's tolerance is so high, they're gonna be you go, you're doing it. You might even bully for some free meals to replenish your health or
Now, once you've been able to do this and berate the Costco employee for maybe 3 or 4 minutes in a row, what ends up happening is you end up this kind of god mode called Karen mode, where you can literally start robbing stores, but without a gun and without a ski mask.
That's right, and that's how you replenish your mana.
Exactly. That's how you start getting your money back and how you replenish your mana. But eventually what ends up happening is now that you have enough money, enough mana, and you've leveled up enough, now you go against your second boss here. What's this one called?
I don't know. But have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So anyways, we're digging through files of the game here. You know, we can't really see the name, but it starts with an H.
Whoa.
I don't know, but the abilities of this one, from what I can tell, oh man, this is like a physical one. It doesn't he doesn't rely on any of those techniques. This is like pure attack strength. And for this one, I assume you're gonna want to go with a lot of evasion. Like, as in, you want to get it off of balance before you use either your father's ring or the belt buckle fury swipe. And once you get it off balance, though, this is your time to strike. This is where the critical hits are going to happen. But this is one of those things. I know it's a little bit of RNG involved in this one because, the tumbling doesn't really occur until...
Right.
And this is why I would like to, when you're in the store, that's why you should get the costume. That's why you should go for Karen mode, because your provoke is going to be so high and you're going to learn that new spell. So you can use provoke here, so she's going to come at you with like double swings instead of singles, which is going to increase the chance of her entering tumble mode. Mm-hmm. And then you can fury swipe and father's ring her to, until it's gone.
Absolutely. And once you've beaten this boss, Hodor, I think.
Hodor?
Yeah, that's what we'll call her for now, Hodor.
Pandor, yeah.
Pandor, there we go.
Yeah.
So once you've defeated Pandor, what you get and this lovely loot drop is either going to be a Segway or a mobility scooter. If you get the mobility scooter, that's going to make things a lot easier for you.
Because that's your first mount of the game, right?
Exactly. But if you do end up getting the Segway, what that does is it has lower speed, but it has a higher battery life, so you don't have to charge it, and it has more dexterity. So it'll help you avoid your enemies as you go through the game a little bit further. But I definitely suggest sticking with the mobility scooter. Because for this next one that we have, Lisa is the name of this box, and Lisa... she's not just a regular, ordinary boss. She's coming after you because she's trying to serve you with papers. Alimony papers.
That's right. So, the problem with this is that the game doesn't tell you, if you've never played the original, you are kind of stuck, in between a lot of jobs, in between a lot of, adulting. And the problem is this one is going to be the hardest fucking boss fight in the game because not only are you alone, this boss has a lot of followers, and those motherfuckers are tough. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, they can cast a lot of stuff, but like you said, the alimony paper ones, if it hits, it's game over. I'm just telling you, it's game over because you can't cut, like in the first boss, you get to be able to cut off the phone line, and you can't do that.
Yeah, now with this one, they will find you wherever it is, and you have to spend the rest of the game avoiding the police. And it ends up making the game a real slog. So really, you need to dispatch this boss well before she ever serves you.
In this one, what I do, when I try to speedrun it, I would recommend stealth. Mm-hmm. Because this is way better. You might have to sacrifice a few experience points for this. And, you're not going to get the ultra rare, the ultra rare drop, the all-seeing glasses. But there is still a high chance for you to get the red crimson dye, which you can use with your other costumes, and that's going to increase your tolerance by 20 or 30%, which is really good.
Yeah.
You might even be able to cut the ski mask off from the other costume if you get that, which is really good.
Yep, and eventually, whenever you do dispatch of all of your enemies, you get the final ending cutscene
where your dad comes out of prison.
Your dad comes out of prison, comes to live with you. You go back home with your newly trained wife, and the cutscene shows that everything's all happy now. The phones have been forever disconnected from the wall. and there is no one coming to help your
help.
Yeah.
What do you mean help? There's nobody to pester.
Exactly.
Pester. That's the pester you and your family and your living.
Exactly. This is the happy ending for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You have the bad ending when they catch you, and then you and your dad have to fist fight in the cell for like one of those little toilet wines, but.
Yeah. Oh shoot! There's one more enemy that we have come across that we didn't mention though, and this is one of your main kind of like your Goombas, if you will, your turtles, if you wanna. These guys are the Me Too followers, and these hashtag Me Too believe all victims women. They always carry around placards, and they'll use them to hit you in the head with the corners. Now, it still takes about 4 or 5 hits for them to do any real damage to you, but still, it's best if you can with a mobility scooter.
Yeah, avoid them.
Just either avoid them, or if you're on the Segway, you need to avoid them because you can't perform any damage. But if you're on the mobility scooter, you can plow through, say, 2 or 3 of these at a time.
Yeah, which is actually really good. That's what I'm telling you. Like some of these jobs you want to get. If you might get lucky and actually perform robbery to replenish a lot of your mana, you are able to purchase. But most of this game, I'm gonna tell you, they try to make it believable. You have like nothing in your mana pool. No. So trying to get that skill provoke because it's free. Mm-hmm. I would really tell you to go for that.
Absolutely.
So, are you excited about this game? Who made this? Is Rockstar, I think?
Yeah, dude. Rockstar has been on the ball for a while
now, man.
I think they're going to overtake Bethesda at some point.
Yeah, with hot towered. Yeah, I mean, I would like Rockstar to make this into a trilogy. Maybe this dude, now he has a son, and the son actually strays off the path of man versus world, and he tries to be world. Ooh. But then something like Batman happens to him, so he actually becomes again man versus world type of thing.
Oh wow, that'd be incredible!
Right, that would be cool. But I mean, we're gonna see how it does, because we've seen with a lot of these games, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh man, I can't believe anybody is even thinking that this should be played. This seems extremely messed up, and you have to understand this is a video game."
Right. I mean, this is just a video game.
This is a video game. I mean,
no matter how closely it resembles real life and the real struggles of men, it's just a video game.
It's a video game. The problem with this game is let's be real. If this was real life, there's no fucking way you can beat this. No. But this dude has what we call plot armor. Mm-hmm. And, everything goes his way, and if it doesn't, you reset. Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as in real life. As soon as he would step outside, he would get poisoned by soy milk. He wouldn't make it far. Let's be real. But, this is a video game, and again, it's one of these video games that it's just you have to play it to understand, and to appreciate the speed. When you speedrun games, a lot of these guys do.
Yeah, like the American Dad intro.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so good. Do you like the John Swanson one?
Yeah, the Joe Swanson skin. Yeah. Now that always ends up adding an extra 2 or 3 seconds to the speed run, but it is fun to watch at least.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like you said, it does, but he's amazing. So kind of. To see him walk again is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And that's the big. Now, striding off the game, if I'm being real with you, how many of these mobs do you think you could personally take on?
Now, if we're talking one at a time, the average woman coming after me, say I'm sitting down in an office and some women start piling in through a door. How many of them coming after me could I take on?
Yeah, and they're average, 5'4", 1, I don't know,
140.
Is that average?
Pretty. Yeah, that's pretty average.
Okay, 140.
5'4", 140. Yeah. So here's the thing. What I would probably do is I would let 4 or 5 of them come in at a time. I would pick one up and throw it at the rest of them like a bowling ball. So
wait, but how do you determine when you won? That's my question.
I guess when they say they've run away, but it depends. Is either of us armed?
I don't no.
Okay, so
let's just say like
unarmed combat.
Unarmed, like hand to hand. Just
okay, so I could probably take on a decent, like,
a dozen,
20-ish. Yeah, about 20.
Yeah. If they come in one at a time, right?
Yeah. Or if there's any sort of choke point, then yeah, I could definitely do that.
Oh yeah, if there's a choke point, oh man, yeah. Well, if there's a choke point, it would be kind of advantageous for them to like all try to come at once because I can just like bazooka kick one, and they all start like tumbling.
Yeah, like dominoes.
Yeah, like and then you're just like stomping, and you never let them. You never. If
never
they want
let them up.
yeah, if they want to like, they have to go over their comrades to try to. Then you like, like
Superman punch.
McGregor, like quick left, and you just like keep piling them. But let's say like it's an open area, like a Walmart parking lot.
All right, so similarly, I'm going to have to pick one up and use it like a shield up over my shoulders.
What if you're encircled, though?
Encircled, well, the same thing. I'll grab one and I'll just kind of start making a little tornado,
If you can. Like, if they start... If in a scenario where they're organized and they actually all come at you at once, like, like in a zombie movie, that would be tough.
Yeah, that probably brings it down to like...
I would just start throwing spinning elbows, man.
Yeah.
And I would hope, I'm at least, get like 3 or 4 and... Oh, man.
I mean, you'd have to try to pick a direction to go in to get to the outside of the circle.
Yeah.
Where you could then, jump back in at the whatever point you
want
to.
That is the strategy. Like, if they encircle me, I would, like, try to see, like... Man, if they're all the same weight and height, that's the problem, man. It's like...
You can't, like, find a bigger one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going to say, like, you do the domino, you like go, like, spear one, and that one, like, knocks that one behind her down, and then you, like, make a little loop and just run through there.
Although, realistically, no matter what, like, situation this is and why all these women are fighting you, once you gut punch one of them, the rest of them will automatically go, you poor thing!
Yeah, but
Stop it!
This is one of those hypothetical, like, how many, like, for some reason, you're the enemy, right?
Right.
This is one of those, like, you're fighting here to stay alive.
Go after you gotta go left, right, to the tits, to the face.
Yeah, you just have to fight dirty, man. Like,
yeah, it's like at that point, it's like this is the best thing that you can do. Grab the short hairs.
Okay, I think if they were coming one at a time, like in those 80s movies, that would be a really high number.
Yeah.
Before I would get tired or... Now, if they encircle me and let's say there's 30 of them,
that's gonna be kind of tough.
That's gonna be gay. I don't know, like, man. As soon as they would get me to
too high,
even 20. If they're smart enough, the one behind you like clubs you over the head, or they actually go for the back of your knees, so you like
start smacking you in the back of the head with their heels.
I mean, that could do some damage.
Man.
Yeah. Or if they were smart, they would pick one of them up.
Yeah.
And like do like a running spear, so she spears you in the back, so you actually have some force.
Yeah.
And like do a little frog leg bounce off of you. Then as soon as you get to the floor, this is game over for you.
Yeah, that's like, smart.
The number advantage, you lose. I don't care who you are. This is it.
Okay, now here's where we move on to instead of this is the whole world part, right?
Right.
So instead of just women, let's talk about kids now.
Okay.
How many kids do you think? And here's an example of why some people they overestimate themselves too much. Say in Florida last week or 2 weeks ago or something, there was an attempted abduction of a kid. A guy was driving a van around, and he jumps out of the van and he tries to pick up the little girl. And this girl's like 11, and she just punches and kicks a couple of times and hits him with her toy. And the guy just has to run off. It took 15 seconds for her to fight this guy off, and he runs away. So some people can't even take one.
Okay. See, this is the problem, that he had the fear, I assume, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I never want... This is we're talking this in a comedical sense, but... If you do not have the fear, we were talking about, hypothetically, no consequences, this is just me versus... There's no... Come on, man. I could most likely fuck up 100 kids, and it doesn't matter, what kind of order they come in. I would grab little fucking Timmy by the legs and use him as a fucking whip.
Like a flail.
Yeah, like a flail, right? Oh. Now, if you start reaching into teens, 16, and now you kind of have a problem.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
That's going to be a problem, especially with some of these fucking dudes who like they've been eating fucking, you know, the little pig enhancing fucking slobs that make them like, oh yeah, I'm not taking those. Like, how the fuck are you 230 pounds? You're 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I don't know how many of those I could take, especially if they run at you. Maybe like 12. I don't know. Still, it all depends. Like if they come one after another, yeah, you might be able to take on a few.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking tough.
But and if they're all guys on top, or even if they're mixed, that would be fucked, man. I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That like actually the one with the kids, teenagers, like teenagers specifically, like 16-year-olds to 18. Whew, that all depends.
Yeah.
If you have like an average mob type of thing, like it's just a average Timothy, you know, like 5'5" or 5'6" or crap.
Yeah,
absolutely. A crap ton, 115 pounds, crap ton of them.
Absolutely. I mean, God, you can grab one of their spines at that point.
That's what I'm saying. But if this is like a motherfucking Brian, 16-year-old and 220 pounds, 6'4",
yeah,
you know, that's a different story. Yeah, that one is more of a even with even going back to the women one, if they were not generic and randomly, that would be tough.
But then again, like you said, you could probably take out the biggest one and then use it as like a World Trade Center falling on top of people kind of thing.
As long as she's not like a Gabby and she doesn't come from the back. Oh,
True. They come from the back, especially if they're armed with,
imagine
cyber dildos.
7 cyborgs. You would get fucked.
Oof, that's tough.
Or even three Father Nuneses from like 3 sides. That would still be tough.
If they're smart enough to work together, yeah.
Yeah, if they're smart enough, well, yeah, man. Like these are good. What about you? How many kids do you think you could fuck up, man? Like I assume like you could definitely fuck up 100 kids if they were like just like normal kids.
Yeah. All right, so talking choke point, I could get it at least up to 50. But if we're talking out in the open, you're encircled, I'm going to have to bring that number down to a good, like, 30, 35 tops.
10-year-olds.
10-year-olds? Okay, so specifically 10-year-olds. Yeah.
10 to 12. I think I'd easily 100, man. Like, there's no way. Like, one of your hits.
But here's the thing. You will get tired.
Well, yeah, but one of my hits, like, I can swing my hands 100 times for sure. Yet alone legs.
Okay, you make a good point there. Now, I'm less of a striker, more of a grappler, so with that being said...
You can still use the flail tactic.
Yeah,
you can,
I'll use the flail tactic, so that's
you can hit like 7 of them at once. And the one that jump on your back, just grab him by the back, and now you have a new flail. Okay,
all right, there you go. So now I've got, fine. I'll go up to, like, I'll say like 98, just to be scientifically accurate.
Yeah. That you most... But now if they encircle you, and again, if they're smart, which most kids... that would be more like if they pile up. But I mean, sooner or later, it's gonna be like one of these little ant versus like tarantula situation. You can be big and better. There's so many of them.
Yeah,
you're gonna get enveloped, and especially if they're smart, they're gonna bite. I think.
Yeah,
any smart
especially kids like that. Yeah, absolutely.
They should bite, and they should go for the eyes.
Oh, and here's one thing that kids are really good at that we often forget about. Kids are really good at going for the balls.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
So that puts a new spin on things.
That puts a new spin on things, man. See, if they were smart kids, they would definitely go for the eyes and the testy boys, and they would bite. And, that's... yeah, then maybe that number was going to shrink down to like 30, 35.
Yeah, so it's that's kind of what I'm thinking here again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So maybe you could like keep one kid like attached to your front, like in a like rear naked chokehold up against your like front, so that the rest of them can't go for the balls.
But then you sacrifice your mobility.
Yeah.
Because then your back is going
-5 mobility, but +8 defense.
Man, I don't know, dog. Like, okay, what if they go from the back, like they're from the back and do like. They do like 1,000 Year of Death, and you like just jump a little bit just to like distract you, and then you were like open again. I don't know. Like if again you're talking about smart kids. Smart kids would definitely go for your eyes sooner or later, and they blind you. They kind of win.
Look, it depends on how smart the kids are too, though. Because realistically, 6 or so smart 10-year-olds, if they know really well what they're doing, they could probably take.
How many dogs
out.
do you think you can fuck up?
Oh, dogs, shit. That goes up way higher again because fucking dogs, like, I have something wrong with me, I'll admit, and I don't really have much empathy for dogs. I'll punch a dog straight in the goddamn face if it's coming out.
Now, what if it's 7 pids at the same time? I don't think you can take that shit on.
Dude, you just punch to the side of the face. Don't let them get to
7 of them at the same time. Like, at once.
Like, look, they'll get... Okay, a couple of them will get a decent grab on, like, my arm, one of my arms, but not both of them. Fuck that. And then they start throwing elbows and knees. Just start doing pile drivers with one of them and break their fucking neck.
I would just King Kong them.
Yeah.
If I'm real with you. Just like, focus on one King Kong, and it just gets
And for
easier.
those of you who don't know what he's talking about, King Kong is where you grab both jaws and just rip them apart. And let the tongue hang out.
Yeah, and that's easy to do.
Yeah.
Like, they don't... Even with an alligator, you can most likely do it.
Yeah.
I mean, people are holding their mouth shut with 2 fingers.
Well, people hold their mouths shut with 2 fingers in the closed direction, but that's the way that they're good at doing. Gators can close their mouth really hard, but they can't open it really well at all. So if you want to keep a gator mouth shut, it's really super easy to do. But...
King Kong.
Right.
Okay, dogs. Okay, it depends on the breed too.
Yeah.
Like if it was one of these fucking, what were they, Mabari type of fucking, the Germans experimented with in the Nazi times, that fucking looks like half bull, half fucking dog. No. Not that many.
Mm-mm.
Even the fucking ski ones, the ones with the keg around their...
Oh, the...
2 of these motherfuckers at the same time that kill you, man. Those are like bears, bro.
Yeah, not bloodhound. It's like
those mountain ones, the rescue ones.
Yeah, the big ones with the because nothing will save you from the snow better than alcohol, right?
That's what we believe in. That's good old European. Like, hey, what happened to you? My family got killed and I have frostbite. Here, have a sip of vodka. Is it better? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good. You're good. You're fine.
Bernards, Saint Bernards.
Hey, okay, there you go.
Those
Steves, yeah. Those are some good dogs.
Right.
Those are some good dogs. Well, I mean, what about if you're talking about Animal Kingdom, right? How many bears do you think you could fuck up with an axe?
Bro, honestly, most people would be lucky to get to 2. I'm thinking 3. Now, it depends on what kind of bear you're talking about as well.
I'm not going to go for if it's, the polar one, the fucking...
No. Polar bears,
those.
no. There's
absolutely
no chance
fucking
in hell.
no way. Oh, a brown bear I could fuck up.
Okay, yeah, like a regular brown bear. Not a grizzly, but a brown bear.
Yeah, just a regular.
Yeah. 3 seems appropriate.
3 seems appropriate.
People have wrestled bears for years now.
I mean, look at Khabib.
Yeah.
Fucking wrestled one when he was like 12.
Yeah, dude. I mean...
Yeah. The ones that I don't think I could do so hot against would be the Komodo dragons. Because
you have to keep distance.
You kind of can't... I was going to say if it's like a melee fight, you kind of can't fucking win.
Yeah, I know.
Because they will spit.
Yep.
And God forbid he bites you.
Yep.
You kind of fucking lost.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking it. No matter what you do.
I mean, even if you do kill it, I mean, chances are you're not going to do so well.
Right. You have a couple hours to get to a hospital and tell them exactly what happened.
If you didn't get bit multiple times, because you're going to bleed out fast, man.
Yeah.
If they get your thigh, it's a lot of...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the most things you can mess up with, most likely dogs, if they're like smaller breeds, then children, and then a bunch of extremely average, generic, like NPC, like, fucking 5.4 Caitlins type of shit. And then after that, teenagers. And then bears and like Komodo dragons are like not the preferable opponent.
All right, so you know what they need to do for this next video game then? Just like with Mortal Kombat, where you have like or like with zombies, where on a Call of Duty, where you just keep going, and
like
keep
an
going.
endless mode.
Yeah, like an endless mode, survival mode.
I mean, imagine if you do manage to kill the Komodo dragon, without being fucking bit. Like, what the fuck comes after that?
Another man.
Another player, like a PvP.
Oh,
And then it's like just like you, and then you're like, you kind of look like, oh shit, he actually has a hatchet, and you're like, well, I got far. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this week's episode. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, for Greg, you know what? I know you're a donor, bro. Like, what did I tell you last time? Why are you not giving me your organs? Who are you donating it to? Give it to me.
Stop being selfish.
Yeah, dude, like, give it to me, man. Like, this is gonna get the channel going. All right, have a good one. Peace.